Bonjour, Destakash, Wabaningos, Mekto Dem, Potawatomi, Anishinaabe. Hello, Forest County Potawatomi tribal members. As we welcome the month of February, I want to take a moment to acknowledge Chimagogisis, or what we call the Big Bear Moon. We will be in the moon phase until into near February. Chimagogisis holds deep meaning for our people. This moon reminds us of the bear's endurance through a long winter, the importance of rest and renewal, and the lessons of strength as we prepare for the changes ahead. Like a bear in hibernation, this is a time for us to pause, reflect, and gather our energy before stepping into the new season. It is also a reminder that even in the quiet of winter growth and transformation is happening beneath the surface within us and within our community. Our people have always thrived because of the ability to work together, whether it's lending a hand to a neighbor, supporting our local businesses, or taking time to listen to one another. Community is what holds us together. In today's fast-moving world, it's easy to get caught up in our own lives. But I encourage you all of us, to slow down and reconnect with family, with culture, and with each other. This month, I challenge each of you to be intentional about strengthening those connections and attend a community event, reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while, or share a meal with a relative. Small acts of kindness and togetherness will continue to shape the future of our people. Our elders are the keepers of our history, and our youth are the carriers of our future. It is our responsibility to bridge the two, ensuring the wisdom is passed down and that young minds are nurtured with knowledge and guidance. I would love to encourage our community to engage with each other, storytelling with elders as an example. Parents, let us encourage our children to learn from their grandparents, aunties, and uncles. To our youth, never be afraid to ask questions. Learn your language and embrace the teachings that have been passed down through generations for a very, very long time. Diane Daniels is an 18-year-old senior at Greenfield High School. This year marks Diane's fourth and final year as a varsity cheerleader for Greenfield High School. Varsity cheerleading is a year-round commitment that begins in May and concludes in March. With practice sessions lasting 3 hours a day, 3 times a week, the team diligently prepares for competition season throughout the year. The competition season starts in November and ends in February, during which the team travels across Wisconsin to participate in various division performances. Diane and the Greenfield Hawks are scheduled to compete in the UCA National High School Cheerleading Championship at ESPN in Walt Disney World from February 5th to the 10th. UCA National is the most prestigious high school cheerleading championship in the United States with over 1,100 teams. This will be Diane's third year competing at the UCA Nationals. She has been accepted to 18 universities across Wisconsin, one of which is St. Norbert's College, where she has been awarded a $100,000 scholarship and guaranteed position on the cheerleading team. We would like to acknowledge Diane for her hard work and dedication to both her academic and athletic pursuits. Congratulations on your final year of varsity cheerleading, and we wish you success at the Walt Disney World. Best of luck to the Greenville varsity cheer team. Now that the new year is well underway, it is time to take action on the goals we have set for ourselves, both as individuals and as a community. Whether it's in education, careers, health, or personal growth, take your step forward with purpose. Our tribal leadership remains committed to supporting each and every member of our community. You will see our presence in Washington, D.C. next week to advocate with other tribal leaders and to changes that have taken place in the new administration and how they will affect Indian country. If you have concerns, ideas, or simply want to be heard, our door is always open. Your voice is valuable, and together we will continue to build a future that reflects the strength, resilience, and vision of the Forest County Potawatomi. Miigwech for your time, your dedication, and unwavering commitment. May this month bring clarity, connection, and renewed energy to us all.
Hello everyone, my name is Tyler Lorenz and I am the Outreach and Engagement Manager for Land and Natural Resources here at the Forest County Potawatomi. I wanted to take the time to remind all tribal members, descendants, and families that the Bug Lake Winter Camp and Ice Fishing Contest is set to take place on February 22nd. The ice fishing contest will begin at 8 a.m. and conclude at 3 p.m. Fishermen, there will be several fish that have been tagged by the staff at L&R at Bug Lake. If one of those fish caught during the tournament, guests will have the opportunity to win up to $1,000 in cash. The catch for cash is only available during the ice fishing contest that day, and all fishermen must be registered for the contest. Also, the cultural department will be hosting a snow snake tournament that will begin at noon and end at 3 p.m. Sustainable Foods will be providing breakfast and lunch during the event, along with activities for all community members to engage in. General admission drawings, ice fishing contest results, and the snow snake tournament results will all be announced at 3:30 p.m. Just a reminder, with the expected attendance for the event and the minimum parking available, please be mindful of others when coming to the event. There will be designated areas for parking for all guests. Trucks with trailers can utilize parking at the Emergency Management Building. If you have any questions about the event, please contact the L&R office. We look forward to seeing you and your families at the upcoming event. Miigwech.
Hello, my name is Kyle Okamash. I serve as the Traffic Safety Coordinator for the FCPC Roads Department. This month we observed National Passenger Safety Month, an initiative headed by the National Road Safety Foundation. The alarming rise in roadway crashes and fatalities demands our immediate attention, as reckless driving heightened by drugs and alcohol and distracted driving continues to pose significant risks. The National Road Safety Foundation and the We Save Lives organization have collaborated and launched the National Passenger Safety Campaign. This initiative unites 60 organizations focused on prioritizing passenger safety, emphasizing the need for passengers to actively engage in promoting safe driving practices. I urge each of our community members to take a personal commitment to this cause. The promise is as follows. I will stop my friends and loved ones from driving drunk, drugged, or distracted whenever possible. I will not ride with anyone who is drunk, drugged, or distracted. I will encourage others to do the same. I will have the courage to intervene because I care. This promise is not only for our adults and elders, but also for our youth as well. Teen passengers can play a crucial role in promoting safe driving behaviors among their friends, particularly regarding safety practices. According to various studies, approximately 70 to 80% of teens are likely to buckle up if their friends encourage them to do so. This statistic highlights the power of peer pressure and the impact that friends can have on each other's decisions. And as always, remember that roadway safety is a community-wide effort. Make sure you're doing your part to keep our roadways safe and enjoyable for everyone. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I'm the lab supervisor at MLT up at FCP Health and Wellness Laboratory. Today we're going to talk about what a lab collection entails start to finish. First, the lab order is obtained from an ordering provider. The lab order must include the patient's name and date of birth, provider's name, facility, and where to send the results back to, what labs are ordered, and where the labs are to be drawn. The diagnosis code including the medical necessity for each lab for insurance claims. Finally, the date and signature of the ordering provider. The order would then need to be sent to FCP Health and Wellness for the lab staff to review and ensure that the lab services could be completed for the requested orders. Once confirmed and the lab orders are entered into the laboratory computer system, the patient can schedule an appointment with the FCP Health and Wellness to have the labs collected at their convenience during laboratory hours. When the patient arrives at FCP Health and Wellness, they check in with the reception staff who would then verify insurance information and check in the patient for their appointment. Reception staff would then notify lab staff that the patient has arrived and is ready. Lab staff first locates the orders in the computer system and releases them to be collected. Labels are created for the specimens which print the patient's name, date of birth, a barcode for identifying and performing on the analyzers, the test name, containers needed for the storage temperature. Lab staff collect the labels and head to the waiting room to call the patient back by name to the lab draw room. Once the patient is seated in the draw chair, the patient is asked for their safety to verify their identification by stating their last name and date of birth. Lab staff review the collection labels and select the tube or tubes that are required and any other collection materials. Lab staff will then look to identify an appropriate area to collect the sample from either an arm or hand and place a tourniquet on the patient. Lab staff will then have gloves on for the protection, then cleanse the patient's skin, perform a venipuncture, collect each sample tube, remove the tourniquet, place gauze, and remove the needle, apply a safety device to the exposed needle, apply pressure to the venipuncture site, and a bandage. Lab staff will then label with the patient present. Sometimes samples other than blood need to be collected as well, like urine or a stool. Lab staff would then instruct the patient how to collect those samples and provide collection materials to do so. A patient may need to collect samples at home and return them to lab at a later time. Lab staff will then process samples back to the laboratory, which may include centrifuging tubes, processing or pouring off samples to send to a reference lab, or analyzing samples right at FCP. Once the results are completed either at FCP or the reference lab, lab staff reviews and releases the results back to the organ provider. This can be done either through Athena or local electronic health records or faxed to an external provider via medical records. Beckwith.